Hi, this is chapter 146 of The Flower of Freedom, which is the first book in a trilogy by Deborah J. Reeves. We plan, as time goes on, to read them to you, to offer them to those with a good heart and good intentions, as a deposit of goodness into you, from our hearts to you, so that you can go on and share what you are able from those 8 minutes into the life of someone else. We're trying to start a virtuous cycle. We want this world to be reclaimed for goodness and mercy and hope. Here we go, chapter 146, Dreams of the Future. Get comfortably seated so that we can continue. Bertie grinned at his threat to hold Philippe accountable for his treatment of Marie, unable to imagine Philippe ever hurting anyone. He said, "I'm all ears, Philippe. What's the plan?" "Remember when my parents and Aki and I all went to Quebec City for Christmas? Everyone was talking about Carnival and saying how sad it was that we'd miss it. If Marie agrees to marry me, I thought we could come to Montreal in February. The Carnival ends in the middle of the month. We can see the family then. Marie and I can go on to experience Carnival together for its final week. What do you think?" "Philippe, it's a great idea. I promise I'll not allow the twins to stow away in your luggage, because it might be hard for them to understand that you like Marie better than them. In fact, I promise not to stow away in your luggage myself. I'll have a car sitting idle that you could drive to QC. I'll have it all gassed and ready to go." "Wow, Bertie, life's really changing, isn't it? You have a kid, Michaud and Suzette are going to have one, and maybe Marie will marry me. I'm not sure I was supposed to tell you about Michaud's baby. Don't tell Marie. Suzette has a surprise planned for when she gets back." "Michaud being a father is almost as hard to imagine as me being one," mused Bertie. "Don't worry, I won't tell. I'm much better at keeping secrets than Marie is." "Really? Marie's a vault." "I don't know about you, Bertie, but I was so busy being a kid, finishing school, and dreaming about the building that I never really thought about life that we would live when we were grown up. Can you imagine anyone trusting us with the world we live in?" "Philippe, as long as we learn the lessons of my stupidity and we never fail to stick together, the world could not possibly be in better hands. That is my sincere opinion. You are without question one of the finest people I've ever known, and the only one worthy of my sister. The rest of our crew is right up there as well. The future belongs to the bold and the inwardly beautiful." Philippe choked up for a moment and he said, "Thanks, Bertie, let's build." "It must be very late there, Philippe. Why don't I go before Marie starts asking questions about who I was talking to? It's hard to keep secrets from her, you know. I do have to tell you that you made a superlative choice for a happy life, though." The two old friends ended their call. For the next few days, Marie kept asking Bertie what he was smiling about. Sometimes he teased her and he said he was smiling because she was leaving soon and he would have Mama and Papa all to himself. At other times, he told her that life was getting better and better and that there was a lot to smile about. "All I have to do is think about my tiny angel's face. She makes me smile. She makes me want to be a better man, and no one but you really comprehends what a big job that is. I'm not just biased, am I, Marie? She really is as beautiful as I think she is, isn't she?" "Facts are facts, Bertie. She's simply the loveliest child I've ever seen." Marie was pleased that Bertie was on the mend. She knew he was through the worst of it, worst of the crisis, so that she could go back to Paris and finish her degree with less worry. He had been through a situation that would have destroyed lesser men, but Bertie was made of good stuff. Marie tried not to think about Bianca and what her actions meant for her family's future. It had rolled around in her mind so much that she felt as though she was wearing a trench into her brain. When she finally confided to her mother that she feared she was becoming obsessed, Colette told Marie that she had gone to speak to Father Joe about the situation, and he had spent half an hour trying to help her alter her perception somewhat. He helped me. I'm not over it. I'm not sure I ever will be. But when I look at it from another angle, I realize that we have both Bertie and Alicia, and Bianca chose her own path. Maybe that means that we should be grateful for the win. The problem is, though, Marie, that I keep startling awake from a nightmare. It's always the same, and I never had it before. That guy who victimized me at the chateau keeps popping up, and he's laughing at me. He says that I will never be free of him, Marie. Father Joe says my nightmares are just coming from my subconscious. He says that my subconscious is trying to protect me from the shocks and pain. That SS soldier was cruel, and he suggested that what Bianca had done had shaken some sense of security that I fought very hard to gain. He gave me some prayers to say, and he reminded me of all the joys that we have in this family life that we share. People are always saying that we should live in the moment, and I think it's probably true, Mama. But they don't live with the specter of Bianca suddenly swooping back in to take Alicia or Bertie away from us again. I'm having trouble with living in a permanent now. It means barricading the door to the past and the door to the future. If I open the rear door, I'm fuming angry. If I open the future door, I'm more frightened than I've ever been in my life. Everything is unpredictable. What if she decides to come back and take Alicia? You know what the laws are like. Everyone assumes that mothers are the proper parent for every child. I agree that the role of a good mother should be given priority, but what about people who won't even look at the child? Bianca scares me. She has for a long time. I just do not understand the way she thinks. And that feels like we're in a never-ending jack-in-the-box scenario. You're not the only one she scares, Marie. She always terrifies the twins, and I have never seen Oscar as nervous with anyone. So what do we do? Marie groaned. Everything we can do, and then we trust in one another. Jean-Claude is drawing up papers that give Bertie custody of Alicia, and the rest of us remain vigilant, and we love each other so much, and we remain so grateful that no one will ever be lured away. That's the end of chapter 146, and we wish you good luck if you embrace our idea of the virtuous cycle. I remain your friend Deb. Bye-bye.